Hi everyone. I wanted to take a couple of minutes today just to talk about what it really underlined feels like to leave our comfort zones. We're often sold the idea that leaving our comfort zones is going to feel amazing. We're going to feel really good about ourselves. We're going to feel liberated and unshackled. And we're going to move towards what we're trying to create, skipping into the sunset. And the reality is very different from this. And there's a fundamental reason behind that. As human beings, we are hardwired for safety and security. We're hardwired for familiarity. So when we take a risk or take on a challenge, we're really going against that hardwiring, and it can feel incredibly difficult. There's a lot of turbulence, I think, in that initial phase after you have left your comfort zone. For me, when I launched Exhale, that came up hugely for me. So I felt, actually quite a lot of despair and maybe a bit of depression, that I felt this terror of what the future might hold. And I felt really out of whack with myself. I had my relationship with myself wasn't good. I was irritable with other people. And I just felt really exposed and really vulnerable. And I think that's they're very familiar feelings for when you leave your comfort zone. And it's very different to what we're told what we can expect. So what can we do with that? Leaving your comfort zone is a really good thing. Ultimately, it's a great thing. So you're kind of in a way you're slightly at war with yourself. You know what you want to do, but your body, your emotions, everything is telling you, "Oh my God, please go back to safety. This is so uncomfortable." And really, the only advice I have is you have to work with those emotions instead of kind of pushing them away or trying to rationalize them. You have to really feel into it and feel into that fear and kind of examine it and whilst also keeping an eye on what you're trying to achieve, because that will ultimately keep driving you forward. And I think also, as I always say, it's a great time to take a moment to just give yourself a pat on the back. And I certainly take my hat off to you because I know how hard it is, that not everybody is able to, very often we go back to safety because the feelings are so uncomfortable. But when you know that what's going to happen, you can work with it a little bit and you can kind of edge through those feelings. And it is the worst part immediately after kind of leaving your comfort zone. It gets so much better and life gets so much more interesting as a result.